Frickin' Kia, man.
All right. Okay, so here we are. It's all going down right over here. Let me ping it for everybody. This is where... Attention to this table. All right. Did we roll initiatives?
No, we did not.
We did not. I said let's hold that, didn't we? That's right. Let's do that now. Let me get
13 for me.
Bane was just ready.
I'm excited.
Roxanne, thanks for resubscribing. Oh, Marlo! Marlo, yay!
Natural 20!
Why am I rolling that? That's not the one. Okay, so first of all, let me get the initiatives down. Kia on an 8. Marlo a 9. Racer a 13. Radovan Rainier on a 15. Okay.
Yeah.
And we need to shout out to Roxanne for the resub.
Thank you, Roxanne. Give that man some resub love. Roll them rollies. Alright, so, if you... Let's have a look here. So the first one was, in fact, Spook, of only which 4 people. Only 4 people actually chose that. So, yep, here it is. Go ahead and, let's go ahead and, confirm.
It's
Yep,
okay.
4 people
I'll
voted
redeem
for
myself
Spook.
for 20 and
So there we go. Awesome sauce.
And yet she still rolled a 9 on initiative.
yeah, still high.
That's crazy. Look at me, no modifiers, man. That's so pathetic.
Did you start the poll again?
No. Winning option. Oh no, that's because I did it wrong. Ignore me. I actually told it to announce
Ignored.
the results, but of course it went by the number of votes. It didn't actually go on that. Sorry, my bad. Ignore me. Ignore me. It's new. I'm having to get used to it. Alrighty. So yes. So Spook rolled the first one of the night. So if you guessed on Spook, you were correct. All right, guys. So, there's your initiatives. I will go ahead and roll for our barbarian friends. This is for the girly.
Girlies.
17,
That's not good.
which is ahead of all of you guys, and Big Dude
Oh.
is on a 10.
That's 17.
So he still beats Marlo and Kia. Okay, so
Dead.
So here's how it happened. Kia casts Charm. She jumps up and screams and starts running at Kia. He's holding the axe already. Radovan dives in. Marlo goes over. He hurls the axe. Racer goes under the table. That brings us to the beginning of this round. So the barbarian woman, screaming bloody murder, holding both of her long knives kind of high in the air after she attempted to jump over Radovan and he kind of pushed her back with a shield. It's like, how dare you cast evil magic on me! And then she's holding her action right now. She's like snarling and growling at you. Radovan, you are next.
Oh, shit. The thing I want to do, I'm afraid to do because she held her action. But I think I have to do it. I want to cast Calm Emotions on the whole group of them.
Interesting.
Yes. I need them to get off of their,
Lady
like,
Tigress, I'm awesome, thank you.
fighting stance. So it's a 20-foot radius. I want to encompass the entire table and calm everyone the fuck down.
So what are you doing? Calm Emotions?
Calm Emotions is one of my domain spells I had chosen.
Yeah. Which is
It's a concentration spell.
yeah,
and
it's one of those
makes-
great things where this once again it's like let's cast another spell in an attempt to diffuse
Yeah.
the situation about people being mad.
I know how it looks, but the bartender did shout for the fuzz to come in, so
Right.
I just want to delay it until they get there.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's a willpower. They get a willpower save. Everybody does that once, basically against the spell.
I'm casting it like I'm a level 10 cleric because I am a law domain, so it's a little bit better.
It's a level 2 spell,
Right, it's a level 2 spell.
and you have a wisdom of.
My wisdom is a beautiful 16.
Alrighty. And okay, so that is a plus. Okie dokie. Alrighty, so everybody, if you are, well, pretty much everybody in this situation is really not aware that you're doing it, so everyone's going to need to make a saving throw.
Yes, sir.
Alright, this is for the big dude barbarian. And he passes.
Shit.
He passes, really? Even with my benefit, man?
Yeah, it's a level 2 spell.
Yeah, but it's casted as a level 3 spell because it's a law domain.
Right, so
all my law spells
standard
get
10 plus the 3
Angry.
third level spell plus 3 is a 16. Sorry, dude.
No, I know. I just was hoping it would be amazing.
And she does not. So she is calmed
Sweet.
down by your spell.
Sweet, sweet.
Okay, so the female, her emotions are calmed. He isn't. Okay, so what about everybody else?
So that's a willpower save?
It's a willpower save, yes.
Right.
What's the range on that spell, Radit?
4!
It's a 20-foot radius, so it's not going to go to Risa.
Hold on.
I'm casting. Risa, you don't need to do it.
I'm rolling here.
Yeah, it's only
5. Well,
everybody
Pretty
at the
much-
table.
Just the
so-
table, yeah.
And Marlowe. Okay, so the only person that you successfully calmed down was the female barbarian, and she's like,
good.
We're all calm though too, right? We all failed our saves.
Yeah.
So you guys are all chilled, and the only one that is, let's
Oh
see,
no.
it's not as the dude.
is the dude. Is that right? Yeah,
It's that
the
extra
dude.
Yeah.
testosterone.
The one barbarian that had already instigated an attack. Okay,
Oh,
so
God damn it.
Radovan, you've calmed everybody down.
Except the
Racer, it
word.
is your turn to act. What do you want to do?
Okay. So seeing that, things are going kind of bad, I'm gonna take the table and lift it so it's like on its side.
So you're
That's
gonna
2
flip
tables.
it. So you've got like a back. Okay, you make yourself a makeshift table. A big giant boar, some bacon, some eggs, some vegetables goes crashing across the table.
Oh, maybe I'll grab a piece of bacon before I dump it.
And it all goes flying across the floor. There's food everywhere.
All my food I bought, man.
All right.
Damn it.
It is the barbarian's turn to act.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Okay. Well, he doesn't have an axe in his hand right now because he hurled it and it hit Kia and ricocheted off. Okay, he kind of reaches in behind his back and pulls out a hand axe, and then literally screams bloody murder and charges straight at Kieliana. He has to cover 20 ground, which is really good for you because it means he doesn't get anything other than a single attack. He swings at you like some bloodthirsty, screaming warrior with his hand axe. Quickly, you're able to move your body to the left as it goes ching and crashes down into the floor, knocking a great big chunk of the nice, beautiful tiling out of the ground and like leaving a really big gap in the ground where the axe hit. We have Marlowe next.
I'm gonna take out my comma and attempt a trip attack.
Okay, so you're going to try to trip the barbarian.
How does calm emotions work with that?
I mean, emotionally she's calm, but the question is,
It stops raging creatures from fighting or joyous ones from reveling.
Right, she wasn't enraged in the first place. She's acting calmly. That's not gonna stop her from making an attack action. It just
Okay,
means that it's
fair
not
enough.
gonna be, her action will not be out of rage or anger.
Okay, makes sense.
So
I'm just making sure,
yeah,
first time I ever cast calm emotions ever. So
right.
Now I'm confused. That's
What are you confused on?
okay. Of what I was trying to roll here for a second. I'm just rolling to see if I actually hit, right?
Yeah, you have to hit first. And you do. So you will hit the guy.
Keep on typing my 1 first. So that's a what is it, comma?
And do you have improved trip?
I do.
Okay.
Sweet. Flying barbarian incoming. Oh, great. He's going to go flying into my table. Which is a good thing I flipped it. Otherwise, he would have been under the table with me. Like, hi.
Yeah, basically. So it's not like normally you'd provoke an
No, it's
attack.
plus my strength modifier. Okay.
Yeah. For what are you rolling?
Oh, that was the...
For the damage?
Yeah, for my comma.
Okay.
I'm not trying to do lethal damage, I just want him to stop.
Right. Okay, hold on a second. I want to double check something real quick. Where is it? Go, go, go. Here, okay. Because I think...
It seems like I should have made a different roll for
That's-
trick.
Well, you make a... It works a little differently. See, you make an unarmed melee touch attack, which you did, and you hit, right?
Right.
So now you make a strength check opposed against the defender's dexterity or strength, whichever ability is the higher modifier. But you get
Great.
+4 bonus for every size category, which is equal. So basically, you're making a strength. You're making a strength check against his. So you're going to roll d20 and add your strength bonus to it. Now, that's where you need to double check on improved trip.
You also gain a +4 bonus on your strength check to trip your opponent.
Yeah.
For improved trip, yeah.
Right, that's right. So you're going to be doing d20 +4 plus whatever your strength is.
Oh!
There
Whoa!
it is!
Marva with all the numbers tonight.
20.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Wow.
Wow.
Rigged. Rigged.
All right, he's totally flying into my table. This is happening.
So
all that
and
blood
spook. So if
grease.
you bet on spook, if you bet on spook rolling the first 20, everyone that bet on spook has been rewarded. There you go. You all won monies. So Badger Chemist, DB Wallakus, Illuminatus, Kaki, Nazine, Parkin Seal, and Poise Poise, you all won because you bet on spook. Always bet on spook. There you go. Cha-ching for you guys. Okay, now let's see if the barbarian, how he does at resisting this.
One.
He
One.
can't beat her.
That'd be so awesome.
He
One.
can't beat
Like
her.
trips
He
and
can't
stuff.
damn close.
Damn,
That
man.
was close.
Right. Alrighty. Okay, so basically the barbarian goes crashing to the floor with a huge big slump upon the ground. Ah! His left arm reaches out for the table as he does so, sending a chicken and a bowl of vegetables flying into the air. Kia!
Chicken. Okay.
He is
I
Amble.
hear a loud thunk behind me, and I kind of glance and see that Risa has flipped the table. So I'm running for that to hide behind the table with her.
Okay. Alright, so you put yourself
Here,
behind
Issa.
the table.
Nice move.
Alrighty.
Oops. I'm also gonna say oops.
Okay. So the girl, the female barbarian, kind of like looking and seeing what's going on. She is now going to attempt to. She's going to attempt to run past Radovan to get over to the barbarian dude and Marlowe. Do you wish to make an attack of opportunity on her, or are you going to let her go by?
I want to stop her from getting over there without attacking her.
So
I
what
wanna
do you do? You
buffer
grapple her, or basically you're grappling her. You just want to like buffer her back. So do a grapple check. but you won't actually hold on to her. If you're successful, you will just stop her getting past.
All right.
No.
16.
Alrighty. Odds are good. But no. Alright, as you attempt to grab Miss Super Dexterous, she jumps onto the table and then makes a flying dive at Marlowe.
Oh, wow.
Jumping forward. Okay, make an attack roll for her.
Damn, man.
D20 plus 8. A 24. Okay, she hits Marlowe. She's not trying to stab you. She's basically doing a flying grapple. So you can attempt to resist that with a strength check.
Alright.
I don't think you can stop her though.
Probably not.
But she rolled a natural 20.
Plus 2, that's my modifier for strength.
No. Okay.
Shit.
You suddenly glance around, seeing this huge, ginormous creature of a woman, giant boobs flying towards you.
No.
That's a quote. Giant
That
boobs
right there.
flying towards you.
Okay, and she hits you full on, like, and you get basically you have hang on, I'll answer that in a second.
All right.
Great. Okay, yep. You can make an attempt to evade if you wish, because you have improved evasion.
Yeah. What is that a roll for? I do have improved evasion, actually.
Let's. In this case, you're going to make a dex check. So,
Oh,
what
sweet.
D20 with your dexterity? I still don't think I still don't think you're going to pull it off though. No. Okay. So she hits you and knocks you flying to the floor. So she lands here, and she kind of just, let me get off of her, pushes you back here. Right. As I said, she didn't attack you with any weapons or anything like that. It was just more of a defensive action to stop you from beating the crap out of her dude.
Because she totally assumed that's what I was trying to do.
Well,
Okay.
you hit it, from what she saw, you hit him in the leg with a kama sickle.
Yeah.
Because you did it with a weapon in your hand, so it's fair to assume that she took that as an offensive action.
Are we back at the top, or?
Let's see. It will be up to... Well, he's... Yeah, so it's now Redovan.
Well, I'm still casting calm emotions, so that's a concentration. I have to keep concentrating.
Right.
But I am moving over here to buffer between Kia and Risa.
Right.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, yep. No, I'm still going with this, as it stands right now. I'll explain my logic. I know exactly what you're saying, but that's I'll explain my logic in this in a second.
Okay, no problem. I trust you, man. It's all good.
So, Risa, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna see Kia obviously show up beside me and just be like, "You're hurt," and I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna use the cure moderate that Radovan had given me from the day before.
Risa. Oh, thank you.
So for
There you go.
16.
Okay, that heals you.
Nice.
Aw.
Marlowe, what do you wish to do? And now, when she knocks you to the floor, she hasn't actually tried to pin you. It's like she hits you and then she pushes herself away.
Am I able to do a diplomacy check or something here to try to talk to them?
Role play it out, and we'll make the dice roll. Because it depends on what you're coming up with. But by all means, yeah. I mean, she could have stabbed you with both daggers. She had them in her hands, but she deliberately didn't. And she didn't grab you and try to pin you to the floor, which she probably could have done. She was just knocking you clear of the dude for some reason.
Alright, so I'm going to put away the weapon I had.
Okay.
Or toss it to the side. I'm going to put up my hands.
All right.
Miss, I'm sure that looked really bad with me pulling that weapon out, but I was just trying to get him away from my friend, just as it seemed that you were trying to do to get me away from him.
Said,
It's just a big misunderstanding happening here. My friend meant no ill will. She was not trying any sort of magic, malevolent magic against you. She was just trying to be conversationally. Obviously, she doesn't have very good social skills, so I apologize for that. I understand that magic makes you nervous, or you don't care for magic or magic users, but we don't mean you any harm whatsoever. We just want this fight to be over. We don't want to fight.
With the situation that she is basically still affected by the calm emotion spell, I will give you a diplomacy check. I'll give you 2 for the roleplay and +4 for the spell. So diplomacy +6.
Oh. So a D20, or do I have to
Yeah,
roll it all?
D20 plus whatever your diplomacy skill is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to be adding 6 to that. So D20 plus whatever your total diplomacy skill and +6 for what I'm giving you.
Okay. Jesus.
That still gives you an 18.
Holy crap.
Oh,
Lucky.
Still, it could have been worse. If you'd have rolled a 1, it was going to go bad. But okay, hearing that, she kind of just looks at you with a still a concerned brow, and she says, "Nobody casts spells on my husband or me. Do you understand? Nobody. I don't trust witches. He doesn't either."
I understand. We totally meant no ill will. I apologize for my friend's actions. If we can just end this now, we'll be on our way. We'll be out of your sight, and you won't have to worry about us ever again.
Alrighty. Now we got the wild card. Miss Helma Bell, thank you for resubscribing. Give her some hyped up rollies. Alright. Overhearing that, the barbarian kind of gets himself up, looking still extremely angry and pissed off. And he kind of still hasn't picked up the axe. He kind of comes looming over you, like all chest puffed out, breathing heavily. And he kind of looks at you and he says, "Get that witch out of our sight right now.
All right, I'm gonna slowly
finish what
collect
I
myself.
started."
I'm gonna get up to my knees, raise myself to my knees. I'm gonna bow and say, "Yes, sir. We're out of here. We're out of here." And I'm gonna motion to the others, saying, "We got to go now."
Alright, how you guys reacting?
well, I'm immediately stopping my spell cast. I'm going to pick up a chair, and I'm just going to sit in it.
Alright.
I'm going to go, "Okay, bye," and I'm going to grab Race's hand that went to heal me, and we're both going to go invisible. Just, you wanted me to disappear. So I do.
I think as soon as she does that, I know she's grabbing my hand for a reason, so because we've done this before. So I'll take her and we'll just go up because I procured a room, I believe. So I'll take her and we'll go up to my room and we'll just get out of sight.
Okay.
Hang low.
All right, so you two get out of Dodge. The barbarian picks up his food, puts it back on the table, and goes and sits back down in the chair, just glaring at everybody. The woman kind of does the same. She backs over and sits back down. Of course, he picks his axe up and puts it back on the table.
Okay, I'm gonna bow again, and I'm gonna motion to the bar lady and ask her if she can give them another round of whatever it is they're drinking. I pay for it, and I'm gonna leave.
All right. Meanwhile, the bar staff, they pick the table back up. They start grabbing all the food. I mean, there is a ton of really wasted food here. Radovan, do you wish to stop them from throwing any of it away, or do you want to let them take it?
Did any of it not touch the floor?
No, it all touched the floor. Racer dumped that
Because the
table
pig
over.
hit the floor. Like, can I tear a leg off, like, from the top part and just start eating it?
Sure.
That's
I mean,
what
there's
I'm
an
doing.
entire pig there. I mean, you know, the pig hit the ground.
Hell
The top
yeah, man.
half of it didn't. It just like went and slid.
Yeah, so I'm tearing some pieces off and I'm eating it. And just looking at the entrance, looking at the door.
Okay. Alrighty, so you gather up some of the boar. She picks up the rest and takes it to throw it away, basically. At this point, slowly but surely, everybody begins to reposition themselves very uneasily and sit back down in their chairs. They're all staring at you. Let's see. Right, Marlo and Radovan roll a d20, and if you get a 20, I'll tell you something.
Wow.
I'm saying nothing more than that, but with as busy and as occupied as you guys were, the odds of this are so slim.
Where were these numbers earlier? Jesus.
We don't notice anything.
I didn't say it's necessarily for a notice check. So Marlo was a 17 and Radovan was a 16? No. Okay. All right. So what do you guys want to do after that?
All right, so after I've paid for whatever rounds and drinks I've bought them, I'm just going to leave.
Okay.
I'm going to go stand outside.
Go stand outside. Go stand in the corner, Marlo.
Basically, I'm staying in the bar in case the authorities show up. I mean, my intentions are to explain everything.
Okay.
So, I'm waiting to see if anyone does actually show up.
Right. So Marlo is standing outside. Okay, Marlo, you can see what appears to be 3 guards coming down the road.
I guess I'm going to greet the guards with a wave.
All right, one of them, when you do that, one of them looks at you and he says, "What's all this? There's some trouble going on in here. Step aside, ma'am."
I'm going to tell them that, of course, I'll step aside, but I'm just giving them the heads up that everything's been calmed down. It was just a misunderstanding between a couple of parties that were enjoying the business of the tavern. Everything's cool now, but of course I'll move out of the way and let them go in.
He says, "Yep, it's best you do. We'll be the judge of whether everything's cool or not." Okay, Radovan, the door opens and 3 guards come in.
I immediately stand up, weapon sheathed or whatever, like on my belts, and I just, give a salute.
They kind of look at you, glance at you sideways. These 2 stay here by the door and kind of like move to block it. The one that seems to have like he's got the shoulder piece that would imply some kind of rank, walks towards the bar. He gets to you and he kind of motions for you to move aside. You wish to okay.
Nope, moving aside.
Right, so he goes up to the barkeep. Basically, you hear the conversation. He says, "All right." He goes, "Someone said there was some trouble." He said, "Well, there was. In all honesty, other than a little bit of wasted food and a little bit of floor damage, it seems to have calmed down right now." "Well, what seemed to start this then?" "Well, those 2 big people over there, they, well, I don't know exactly, but they had a bit of a disagreement with one of our patrons who's gone up to her room. She was wearing a robe, and there was a bit of a scuffle, and the next thing you know, everyone was involved, everyone was running around, but they seemed to have sorted it out, so, if someone will just go ahead and pay for that chipped floor, I'll be more than happy."
Can I do a listen check to see if I overhear this?
Oh, you can overhear. I mean, you're close enough. I mean, you're only...
Okay.
Yeah, and everyone's pretty quiet right now because they're all trying to eavesdrop. So it's quiet in there.
So I'm going to approach and just do a polite...
The guard turns to look at you. Yep.
I will happily pay for the damages that you have incurred on this establishment.
Oh. Admitting fault, are you?
I wouldn't say that. I was just here as a peacekeeper, if anything, trying to calm everything down. And as you can see, there's no loss of life, so it happens.
Is that agreeable with you then? Well, I don't really care who pays for it. Fair enough. What's a fair price, do we think, here? Rambler, thank you for the follow. Oh, well, I mean, it won't cost much. 2 silver seem fair? Does that sound agreeable to you, sir? 2 silver pieces?
I will give you 4, just to ensure that everything goes along smoothly.
Well, that seems more than fair. Oh, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. He says, well, if you'll go ahead and pay the man then.
I do. Hands very, very visible.
Okay, he witnesses that.
Just hand over 4 silver.
He says, right, well,
Back up again.
we'll be getting back on patrol then. Okay, he turns and abruptly walks towards the door. As he gets there, he stops and turns around, like, quickly. He goes, just a word of caution. I understand there was a little bit of a scuffle went on here earlier. Well, that's fair enough. It seems to have been calmed down, but all of you make sure that in your drunken states that you don't return to this hot-blooded nonsense. If we're dragged back here again this evening, we're arresting somebody. Someone's coming to jail. Do you understand? And all the locals are like, yes, sir. Oh, we're... Oh. He kind of glances at you with a side glance, just kind of like tips the tip of his helm, and the guards turn around and storm back outside. Okay, Marlowe, you see them come stomping out. Good day, miss.
Yeah, bow slightly as they walk by.
As he's wandering off, you can hear him say, bloody waste of time that is.
I tried to tell you.
I'm going to saddle up to the bar and say, sorry again for the disturbance.
Well, these things happen, I suppose, from time to time. At least the table didn't get broke, none of the chairs.
Be that as it may, who was that, the guard who talked to you? What was his name?
What, the one that came over? Dorian?
Dorian, okay. Dorian.
He's just a guard, but they tend to always try to, watches around town are always in threes, and one person is always appointed the, lead guard, I suppose.
Is the 3 guard policy to keep the peace, or for any purpose? I mean,
mostly it's for safety reasons. I mean, you have to understand, we have an extremely well policed town. We've got a standing guard of over 60 men at arms, and these aren't militia; these are full-time military. They could be called up to serve the king at any time. Underneath Captain Duran O'Neill and Lieutenant Loris Barlov.
O'Neill and Barlovs?
Barlov. Loris Barlov. That's his lieutenant. Yeah, Captain O'Neill, he's retired now, but used to serve in the King's Army.
Is he a good guy? Because I actually have business with him.
He's strict, no nonsense sort of fellow, but if you play straight with him, he's pretty much a straight shooter. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, and sorry again.
You are a priest of Saint Cuthbert, are you not?
No, notice the symbol, eh?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I didn't initially, but as you stood here and it was the first time I really got to take a look at you, I was able to kind of, notice.
Well, I am, yes.
Well, just know that they do take the law very seriously here. So you should find it an amicable place here in Arundel.
Well, that's good to hear. Thank you. I guess I gotta talk to the missus, and I'm gonna point upstairs, referring to Kia.
Alrighty. Okay, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and take our first break.